So first interview for me in Spain, and I have Espen Rohde here. So you have had a little bit better start for the season this year than last year?
Yeah, definitely. Last year was chaos from the start. This year quite calm compared to last year. Got some good runs in Italy, and we had the end result and qualified, so we're happy with that. We have a job to do here to try and get higher up in the standings. So, but it's definitely a better start than last year.
Yeah, I still remember. I think it was quite far in the season last year when I had a chance to talk to you, because I didn't want to come to talk to you when the car is in pieces, bits and pieces, and it was quite a lot of that. But hey, it's good. Talking about the car, off camera, you told me that you have had some changes into the engine and stuff like that. Could you maybe talk us through a little bit about that?
So last year we drove a whole other setup with internals. This year we have a bigger bore in the engine, so and lower stroke. So it's a completely different setup, but it seems to work better.
And the base engine is still?
It's still the same.
Is it M50 or?
Yeah, M50.
Yeah.
So,
I remember correctly.
Yeah. So, and then we have another gearbox as well from Gearmotiv that we have from Finland. So it works really well. It was a big upgrade to the car. So that's the big changes this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how about the last race in Italy? We didn't have a chance to talk there. You had as you said, result. Maybe reflecting to that, what are your goals in this race?
We want at least to be in top 16. That's if you can consistently come to top 16, a lot is done. You have, that is hard enough already. So in Italy we had alternator problems, so that's fixed now, we think.
Okay.
So that's why we had very little practice time and a lot of downtime there. So hopefully we can get all the practice runs in here.
And did you find the reason for the alternator problems, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're quite sure we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's always good when you find the reason for something going wrong, instead of just throwing in new parts and not figuring out what's killing it. So. Okay. Hey, thanks for this short one, and we'll talk again if we have a reason.
Of course.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
So, Alan Hynes, finally.
Hello. We're here.
We meet. You had a little bit of a difficulties with the car and everything, attending the first race in Italy. Can you maybe tell a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this is the same S chassis that obviously we drove in Poland last year, and we had a great time, great success. In the meanwhile, it's had an adventure in the Middle East with Jack Shanahan, and it came back from the Middle East. It got stuck in customs for a week. We only picked it up last Wednesday, so we've had the car for just a little over 7 days, and in the meanwhile, within those 7 days, we had to clean it up, do our preparations for this round, and also travel here at the same time. So it's been quite a few days of restless, sleep and all of that. But we're here. We're getting ready for practice here later on, and so hopefully everything goes to plan.
Yeah, that seems to be in drifting. I would say it's not untypical,
right,
by any means, something like this to happen, and it seems that everything is always like a little bit of on the edge of the knife. Hey, congratulations, by the way, full season Driftmaster driver this year. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no, thank you. Look, it would have been nice to be in Italy. As I said, the car was only back last week, so we missed it by a few days, really. Or we missed it by a week. But it's awesome. This is a dream of mine. I had an opportunity to do Drift Masters a couple of seasons ago, with my own program. But I figured out pretty quickly that we would have been spread quite thin, and we wouldn't have been able to attack as I would have liked. And this season we have an incredible partner with Lucky Day, and so we're ready to make it happen. We've got an incredible machine, we've got an incredible team, and we're going to make this year really special. We're going to try and make the most of it. We're not looking to do anything crazy. We're just looking. But to be honest, we're not here to add to the numbers either. We're here to have some fun, but we're also to take down some big names and hopefully ease into it quite quickly. So we'll get through Spain. and then we'll go to Mondello, my home circuit, and then from that point on, it's game on, and we'll have some fun for the rest of the year.
That's nice. Now, this is a new track for you, right? And you are a sim racer as well.
That's right, yep.
And how many hours have you put into the simulator?
So for this particular round, I did 10 laps on the simulator.
10 laps?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll explain my reasoning. So obviously I was super busy, and I had plenty of time to practice this track, but I've also competed on this virtual version of the track last season in Virtual Drift Masters, and we qualified second in that with a 98.5. So I think you get to, in my opinion, I have a lot of experience with sim racing and stuff like that. I know other sim drifters do thousands of kilometers and laps on the sim before they practice. There's even Connor and Hiroi in FD. I don't necessarily agree with that method. I feel like I'd rather do 10 or 15 laps. If those 10 or 15 laps are perfect, then I know I'm ready. Yeah. And within those 10 or 15 laps, about 8 of them were like bang on 19 8-point runs, and I was like, okay, there's no point in spending more time here.
That's an interesting take, because I don't remember to whom I talked about it, but they told me that after a while grinding, it doesn't get any better. The driving doesn't get any better. You probably get a little bit tired and not that focused.
I think
anymore.
As well as that, if you rely too much on the same as well, and you're doing something, you might be doing something wrong, and because you're doing it so consistently, you might be doing it consistently wrong, and so you might get into that wrong mindset when you actually come to the event. So that's why it's probably better to approach it like a normal practice session here, because we'll only get 10 laps, maybe at most, before qualifying. So why not just approach it like as if you're doing that? And look, it would be different when we go to Avisto later on, or maybe Riga. I don't need much practice on. I have thousands and thousands of kilometers on that, but Avisto later on in the year, I will need some sim training on that, so I probably will do a couple of 100 kilometers on it, because it's a track I've never driven before. But other layouts I have quite a bit of experience on already, and I think I just need the sim just to figure out the gearing that I use for the car, and also just to make sure that my timing of everything is fine. And once I feel I pick up the track pretty quickly, then I think we're meant to be ready to move on.
Okay, cool. So we will then see. It's today afternoon, some practice sessions, and then we can see a little bit of how it starts to go with the people, and it might be even a little bit of a rain today.
Yeah, I just felt a drop there. I hope it wasn't someone spraying a bottle of water on me. It's been super sunny here, so I would like a few dry laps of practice, but we'll take whatever we get. So
not much that we can do about it.
Exactly.
Just prepare to the conditions.
Exactly that. Exactly.
Okay. Hey, thank you so much.
Cheers. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you. NikNak. We are here now in Spain.
Yes.
First practice done. How was it for you?
Yeah, this was open practice, something unusual for Drift Masters, that you have a day before the race to practice. I did 7 laps. We had a goal to get a setup that works, and obviously we didn't manage to do that yet, but we know what we need to chase for tomorrow for practice, and overall it was nice to drive the track in real life, because I recently started driving with the simulators, and it's a different world there. It's really hard actually for me. I'm really bad at the sim, so I'm just trying to make the most out of this, and the sim is basically so that I know how to get from the paddock to the starting line.
So I must say that already in Italy and also here, it looks that you have a lot of pace, a lot of speed in the car. Am I correct with that? Because it seems like that.
Yeah, obviously this car cannot be slow. Never. It won't be slow ever, I think. So I'm just trying to keep up with it. Obviously, we're fine-tuning it to make it more drivable for myself. And I think we did quite good today, because most of the track is clicking together. Only the first half of the track is a difficult one, because looking at your videos, I saw that I am initiating too soon. So I just want to change that for tomorrow, and hopefully it will help me connect the whole track together.
Okay. How is it then, like if we compare now Italy and this track to like an untrained eye, it would look like that, okay, it's a racetrack and another racetrack. Do you think, is it similar to drive here than in Italy, or completely different?
No, these two tracks are completely different, because first of all, this track is way faster than Italy. You know, Italy was like a smooth, almost a flat track, only the last 2 corners had some kind of bank or sort of like radiation in the turns. But this track actually has a quite flat initiation, which then goes to a bit of a curved first corner, which always sucks you in, and then you have to make it slightly uphill because, well, if the people were in the paddocks, they would see where the wall is actually in.
Yeah.
And so you're going uphill, then you have like a bank again. So once you are on throttle, it's sucking you inside. That's where there's an inside zone. And after that, there's 2 more corners that have like also some kind of bankings, and it's just hard to stay into the zones because the car wants to go down the bank all the time. But that's why we are testing the car and trying to make it easier to make it up the banks, stay into the zones, and fill out the judges what they want to see.
Yeah. That's really interesting information. And as you said, the track really in the TV it looks pretty much flat, but it's far from flat.
It's not. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Waiting for tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow it will be a little bit less windy because I was really suffering in the grandstands doing the live stream today. So
also in the car actually, it's a funny thing. I never felt that before transition that wind is blowing my helmet to a different direction.
Really?
Yeah, because once
you don't have the side windows.
Yeah. You're going through the first corner, and once you get into like a certain angle, you can feel the wind just blowing your head left to right. So I was like, oh, this is something new. Let's keep my head straight. And hopefully it is a less or let's say a calmer weather, and everyone's more comfy.
It should be.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much once again, and let's have a chat if we have a reason to. So.
Thank you.
Bye. So, Oliver Randaly.
Yes.
Moro. I have the correct man here. So, so you are the reigning winner of this race from last year. So, have you done any changes? Maybe start with the car over the winter, or something to defend on that position?
Regarding the car, we didn't basically made any changes, small bits. I think the biggest change for us was we went to mechanical lifters on the engine, and that was it. So now we have a bit more RPM. Other than that, everything remained the same because last year the car worked flawlessly during the whole season. So there was no point to ruin that. And this track actually, last year when I came here, it was really difficult for me. I was struggling a lot because I didn't find like the good rhythm. Now that we won last year, I got like much more confident from winning it. I've done a lot of like sim racing practice here. So today we had this extra training day, and basically from the start I already felt really good. So comparing to the last year where I was struggling, so this year I already felt the track much better. And because we wrote down the setup from the last year, so we started with the same setup like last year. So I think we have like the good base, and just maybe fine-tuning something, and
I must tell you that there was a comment in my live stream comments today that could somebody tell Oliver that it's not the race day yet.
To be honest, the speed was already we took out the speed a lot because as I was saying, we did the same setup like last year in the finals. And the speed was so crazy that we took it out because we understood that there is no point to have that much grip and speed at the moment. So we took a step down.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, these are these nuances in drifting that you really wouldn't think about unless you are, of course, competing in this level.
And the second thing is that, of course, it's training. You don't want to wreck anything or risk like too much, and because we are going to have qualification first, so we really want to focus on that one first, and we don't need to have all the speed in the world for qualifications. So the line and fluidity, that's the important thing at the moment. So we're took down the speed a little bit, and then
okay. So you're it sounds to me, and I have that that sense from your like a body language that you're ready?
Yeah. To be honest, I do feel really confident. Around the first round in Italy, I didn't felt that like I feel here. So I am actually confident here. Yeah.
Cool. It's good to hear.
Yeah. Good.
So best of luck.
Kiitos.
For everything. Ole hyvä.
Yeah.
Aitäh.
Isot kiitokset.
You're learning fast.
Yeah. Same language almost.
Yeah, almost, yes. So, let's talk again over the weekend if we have a reason.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.